Heyo folks, it's another Cooking with Yan episode, and this time I'm experimenting with something that I've been wanting to try for a long time. You'll need steak of your choice, not a pricey cut, anything that you can actually cook in a pot. You'll need a yellow pepper. Actually, let me show you the ingredients right here. You can put more if you want, but myself, I have one small zucchini, half of a yellow pepper, one onion, half, and one full habanero pepper. We're going to be cooking in a few moments. And you'll need steak. Now, because I'm making myself extra lunches for the week, hello, we're going to be cutting not one, but two of these into cube sizes and throwing it into the pot. Once we brown the meat, we'll then move on to the next step with the vegetables. It's going to be mixed in, boiled with possibly some tomato juice or tomato juice cocktail. And then we'll add in rice. Rice can be brown or white. I'm going to be using white because I'm just too lazy to go get some brown. So I'll stop you right here and we'll move on with the rest in a few moments. Okay, so now we're going to cut the meat. Filleting knife for cutting the meat. And I do it lazily. Cut it into strips, and then we'll cube everything after the fact. Doesn't help, or I should say does help if you try to do them same size, but you don't have to be precise. It's just that your pieces of meat are going to be more or less the same dimension, thus cook evenly and more quickly. You'll want them in this size, roughly the size of your thumb, because you'll want them to be bite-sized so that you can actually eat them without choking on it, because you're going to be eating it in the casserole. You can leave the fat on it because it's just going to add taste to it. You can trim the fat if it's too fatty. This one's relatively lean and well marbled. And I do mean relative. It's amazing what we do in spur of the moments. This actually occurred just as I was actually at the superstore purchasing my groceries. Decided why not. I can't wait to see how it's going to taste because I haven't thought about how far ahead I'm going to be adding in other ingredients. This is also the size of steak cubes that you'd actually use if you were doing an Italian spaghetti sauce with steak cubes inside. And it's delicious. Spicy and delicious. But very costly. Because you have to add a lot more tomato paste than tomato juice. Or crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, whatever you want to add in. You have to have it thick. A thick pasta sauce goes well with anything. Dipping your bread, dipping garlic fingers, dipping pizza crust, spaghetti, macaroni, linguine, fettuccine. Actually fettuccine, yeah, well the fettuccine noodles. It's actually linguine. Elbow macaroni, any other type of pasta, shells, ravioli. So on and so forth. So I'll bore you from the sparing details of this while I'm finishing up, and I'll start you back up in a moment so we can actually watch it cook. And we're back. Sorry for the noise, the fan as usual. I've already thrown in my habanero pepper and my onion in the mix. Damn, that pepper's gonna make me choke. And you want it browned before you decide to do anything else with it. Not fully cooked, but at least brown, moderately brown. I'll add some more oil. The reason why I'm adding oil to this right now is because it's going to be a rice dish. And I like olive oil with rice. Don't know what it is. Just taste of it. Okay, this is coming along nicely. I already added salt and pepper in this at the beginning before putting in my vegetables. Now, because it's already at this stage, I'll let it brown a little bit more, and then we're going to add in the rest of this. Oopsie. I'm debating how I want to do this, and while I'm letting you folks simmer on the meat, I'll be right back. Just visiting the fridge. See if this is still good. And yes, it is. Now, brand name isn't important, but the fact of using it is. I'm going to be using Mott's Garden Cocktail because that's what I have in my fridge, but you can use any cocktail juices. The reason why is because it just makes it taste better. I still can't tell you the reasons why, because I find it better than just regular tomato juice. Okay, ready to dump in the rest of the veggies. Stir it all about. And this is the fun part. Since it's going to have to boil for a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, I'm going to pour at least half of what's left in this jug in. And we're going to add some water. Why are we adding water? Well, rice is going to soak up the water like there's no tomorrow, and trust me, this is going to become so dry, it's not even going to be fun. It's going to be cold water. It doesn't have to be cold if you want to add boiling water. Okay, that's enough. 2 big glasses. Look, it's my new lens filter. 2 big glasses. Doesn't matter the size, as long as you put at least a good 2 cups of water. If you use a measuring cup, that should be sufficient. This It's just all done by judgment, so whatever you feel is right in regards to how much water you want, that's how much water you'll actually put. Rice out, and I'll stop you guys until this comes back to boil. See you then.